He's a bit supportive. He's not always the most flashy, but he gets the job done. Now, the cash is there, as mentioned, but a timeout called. And this is exists chance. The coach of Heroic, yep, that exists, the one from NIP, to maybe pull some strings and call some shots. Shush has 5-5. Look, I could build a world where they could drop an ult for KATOWICE. I think the most likely situation here is just to see 5 AKs across the board. Refresh yet to get a kill. Tess is only on 1, so a slow start here. Tess, a few of the members on Heroic, but it's still early stages, only 5 rounds in. Mike goes up, fist bumps come out, and freeze time trickles down. This is steady right now from Vitality. They're doing what they need to have a strong CT half on a map that's unfamiliar for some.
Yeah.
So Mac 10 for KATOWICE, though, could be fast.
Interesting to see how this one is going to pan out. We'll see where KATOWICE goes at the beginning of this round. It's the swing out mid straight away for him. Cancelled it with the utility of Vitality, forcing their hand back into more recessive setup. They might try the second time around. They have got 2 players coming out of the underpass as well. It is the run boost out. Tessus gets in behind the boxes. And again, you still have these 2 prongs to the approach in underpass.
It's interesting with KATOWICE having the Mac 10. He could have easily had an AK here. You can see the residual cash, so wanting to save for an AWP in future rounds. But considering it's slow, I don't know where he plans to deploy it. Boost up into window now and undetected. This is a huge gap for Stown. A massive gap right now.
He slipped through because the mirror hole's open. And he can even go to B right now.
No one's aware.
Oh, they have no idea that this could even be happening. Snown is the little menace in their backlines. Misutaaa is about to find a very nasty piece of lead in the back of his skull. And Stown will spot du3 as well. That's 1. And it's 2. As clean as you like from Stown. And now Vitality. It's the red button. It's the panic system. And it's the save call.
Yeah, immediately. Immediately. It doesn't get cleaner than that. And there's a beautiful little maneuver. You could see window was no longer caretaken by that of the Vitality defense, just pipping the gap, the perfect timing. And as simple as you like, it looks beautiful when you see a play like that come to fruition. That's Counter-Strike at its very best right there. The misdirection, and well, Apex is noted now, and if the hunt wants to come on in, it can.
It's not always easy to get those 2 picks either. We've seen time and time again players fluff their lines on the second, but...
Shout out to Tarek.
Yeah. Certainly so. Vitality sitting back in Palace right now.
Well, there's 3 of them coming their way, and Refresh and Stown through the A site. It's about to get biffy.
Got flashes. Heroic want to remove everything. Flash ain't great. Oh, no, it's a backfire. No! That's so awkward. Oh, Magisk. There we go. You don't get kills like that every day.
Thank you very much, KATOWICE. Maybe the Danish flag on the other side confused him a little bit right there, but Heroic will get their first round. A comedy of errors there to close it out. But regardless, they have a 1 on the board, and they can thank Stown for that one.
I love how rapidly Apex types on his keyboard. It feels like it's faster than anybody else in the world.
It does everything with a purpose.
Everything
Apex,
has emotion, right?
Everything, yeah, wow.
You can feel his emotion through the keyboard. It's insane.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now with him and du3 on the same team, you know it's going to get loud over there. But zywoo, aggressive. Straight up middle, he's coming, and he might even get a chance. Zywoo has missed.
We'll pass that in for 1 at least, and now calling to go back into underpass. He had 2 opportunities, and difficult shots to hit down in the second especially, but fortunately for Vitality, they don't have the opening here.
Yeah, but they have to be scared of CT's posturing and staying around aggressive in this middle area. Now, they aren't as pushed up as they could have been. du3 still a bit more passive towards Cat, Apex over towards the window position, and zywoo in connector looking towards the underpass. They are playing a bit of a retake A setup currently with Magisk just towards the top of stairs. So if we do have an A execute, they might be able to find their way in to at least get the bomb down. But currently, Heroic are just in a default spread across the map. And well, Zywoo's not done fishing. He's having a look again. Doesn't miss this time round.
Nice and easy for zywoo. Vitality do find that opening they've been searching for, and zywoo might get another one here unless the utility's good, which it should be, to try and get him out of this position. zywoo has a pretty nice shot down into the underpass, and tight angle. Unable to land it here, zywoo. 30 seconds left. There's the second chance again for zywoo. Here come Heroic to this A site. Molly going out to jungle. Apex pushing deeper in towards the site. Playing in front of this, and here comes the attack forward. Shoe swings from Palace. Apex assassinates them, and Vitality gets 6. It's nice and flawless there, and that was a heroic buy round.
And they had all the room in the world to stretch their legs around middle, right? They obviously had quite a heavy CT mid setup there to deal with any aggression, but Zywoo missing, I think it was 3 or 4 shots there. It's first of all pretty uncharacteristic, but the fact that he could miss those shots and still survive means there's just absolutely no pressure. So Zywoo opens up the account onto Tessus. He continues to reposition around the map. Good synergy between him and that of Magisk. So right here, right now, everybody seems to be performing how they need to. misutaaa only has 3 kills, but remember, the Famous round he had earlier was a lot of impact within this game. Out mid quick is Shush over towards Tap to avoid the molly, but now he's condemned to this position. This time round it is expecting to be more of a B play. You can see Apex floating over towards Market. misutaaa and dupreeh still defending that site, and it is a luxury to be able to leave an AWPer like Zywoo at ticket round after round to worry about the potential connector slip, A-ramp, as well as Palace.
And they keep adjusting it as well. It's not like this is predictable. Last round, for example, they had him a little bit more aggressive, more proactive. So they keep it unpredictable here, Vitality. I think a big load of their praise so far has been their CT side setups and how they've been able to perform immediately out the gate. But we'll see if Apex is able to get something into the mid-fight. Good peek out. He doesn't pick up a kill, but he does pick up a heap of information in dupreeh. It's one, but the bomb is now separated from the pack, and Magisk is starting to tear them up. It's down to just Stown. And 1v3 we know is the star of the show here for Heroic, but can he do anything? He is the secondary AWPer for this team, so proficient with a weapon in his hand. Trying to just get away with a shot. He needs something here. 30 seconds. He's stuck in short with no real path to the site.
It's so rough for him. Look where Zywoo is. Look where Zywoo's decided to play. It's gone, yeah, if you want to go B, that's all good, mate. But the time is low. You have to come into my domain. You want to plan open? Well, he's been spotted and tagged, and Zywoo swings on out. That'll be it. Beautiful play right there. Heads up awareness, and 7-1. As Vitality are starting this blistering hot, and Apex is making sure they hear it. We did come to our conclusion over there on our B stream. We were giving you the context of what would happen if G2 and Navi had both lost their opening jaunts, but Navi, they do reign supreme thanks to God Fecto stepping up massively with 33 kills plus 17 on Overpass. So more games to come on the B stream today, and one more on the A stream after this one.
Impressive for Ments to bring it that close, but Navi are inevitable.
This is an A execute here. We're going to see 2 smokes, a bunch of flashes. Zywoo is towards ticket again with the AWP, and Magisk in a passive position towards connector. So likely to get the bomb down here unless Zywoo goes mental.
Oh, you can never count that out. Smoke going out in front of him. That gives a bit more cover to play with. He actually go deeper into the site and get involved. Missed shot on the first, and in fact, Zywoo will not go mental. In fact, he goes down very quickly, and Tessus finds the follow-up. So maybe more than a bomb plan here, Chad. They might just get the round.
Yeah, they can really start to work this one through. First kill for Refresh as well. That impact felt immediately here, and they're posturing up to deal with this CT push. The flash is good. Magisk swings. He's got one, but he needed more.
Oh, he's got a double out of that, and now misutaaa, his chance, but goes down to Tessus, and it's all on to dupreeh. No kid on his back, but there is plenty available right in front of him. He'll start to encroach upon the CT position, but Tessus is watching for it. He eventually peace out. dupreeh claims his first, and now Heroic are doing the smart thing, which is doubling up together and taking stronger post plants here.
Feels like dupreeh's just holding on to this now that the bomb is so far gone. We can see where it's planted. Stown's having a look for a bit of a gun here, wanting to see if he can find anything.
dupreeh's just waiting for it. Stown could lose his life here, but dupreeh will in fact go down, and frustrating round there for Vitality to lose up against the upgraded pistol round.
It was very light, wasn't it? It was just 2 smokes and a bunch of flashes, and the pistols just skirmishing into the site. That smoke that Zywoo dropped actually assisted them to get closer to the bomb site there. So with him thrust forward, a little bit behind the play. They were much quicker than he anticipated, and that was the key to get into this round.
It allows them to split as well, right? It allows them to push into CT, which without being spotted from the stairs. So mistake smoke there thrown by Zywoo. Probably would have been better if he just takes one and drops back.
Yeah, well, the money's still there for a buy. Let's see if Vitality can course correct here. Just one more necessary to win out the half so early on. Vent boost again here between the two of Apex and dupreeh. He's up and ready. Apex needs to get away. Doesn't want to sustain too much damage here as warning shots are fired through the smoke. Quite the intimidating force of Heroic members quick here. Flash is going to go round short. dupreeh. Oh, he peeks out, and oh, he gets a double.
That has shut down any of that spice that Heroic had at the start of this round.
I think KATOWICE's flashed more of his teammates than he has the opponent so far this game, or at least the kill feed will have us believe that. But he does get du3 back and drawing it just to a one-man disadvantage here for the Danes.
Are there any answers here for Heroic? Kadian smokes out CT from middle. Or the other side, a triple. Denies some information, at least from Magisk. Apex hold to refresh. He might just get away with this. So quick from refresh. He should not have found that kill. And maybe a split onto the B side because there's only one player here right now. And if they can push him from two sides, it could get real messy for misutaaa.
Well, misutaaa's been tested once already this game. He's getting tested again right now.
Refresh decides to go and cut off rotation instead, allowing the two players to go through B. This is so good because now he's really on his own. misutaaa's the only player left and he's been pulled away to A. Refresh has decided, I'm going to take it all into my own hands. And now Heroic take the B side. It's completely empty. They have found the answer that looked like an impossible question.
Well, pantsed right now, and misutaaa's actually swiftly moved back up through the window now, through the vent room, and they're going to gather together over towards short. Difficult round to get into now, especially with the bomb already down, and they have no idea where they are in the post plan. Information is required, and required now.
Oh, what a shot from Shush. It's all on Zywoo, and he's missed another one. Switches out to the rifle instead, and Shush will bring him down.
All right, that's an interesting decision from Zywoo there to go for that 2-on-1 situation. He'd already lost his teammate. He had the AWP in his hand. He could have saved it. It would have been the only weapon for them to carry through into the next round to play. Thinking he can make a miracle happen in a scenario like that, maybe the door being slid right open for Heroic here, because it should just be down to some pistols. This was the shot that made it all possible. You're right. Refresh, I like to refer to him as the X Factor, did a lot here. He was the reason the rotation was drawn away, the reason that Shush was able to get into the site alongside Kadian there and get the bomb down. And now we have a pace change. Now we have some aggression. Down, tread up the ramp. You want to take a fight? Well, yes, he does. Zywoo gone again.
And finally, Heroic have what feels like a solid foothold in this first half. Felt like they were just hanging on by their fingertips for most of this. But have carved their way through. Vitality down to Apex, misutaaa and du3 with some weaker pistols in play. Apex, good shot. misutaaa on the follow-up. Luckily, Shush and Tesses clawing their way back into this, and, you know, crisis averted. It's all good.
Yeah, the Deagles are very intimidating, especially when we see two consecutive shots come in like that. It's wondering how quick that can cascade against you. But Heroic are really starting to turn this into a half now. The gun's back out here for the French-Danish mix, but there's no AWP and not a single defuse kit that is available to purchase here. So post-plant's going to be a bit of a drama. We are moving into round number 12, and Heroic is starting to get this party started. This is a change-up again. 3 quickly over towards the Palace position. Stown selling a mid-fake. Kadian up the ramp, and Stown is sharp as you like. Zywoo going again, and they're already in A.
Yeah, Zywoo, you talked about how they can be reliant on him to just shut down that A site, hold from ticket, but when he goes down quickly, you can be left in this situation. And Magis looking to claim at least a kill back. He's done that. Tesses dispatched off, and Magis catches out Shush as he backs into his crosshair, and that's another kill. Suddenly Vitality, they might just get onto the side because look at how Heroic are set up. Could refresh be the X Factor again.
Oh, they're not accounting for it one more time here. They've all got around the wall. They've all evacuated the site. Look at this Dinko. 1 from CT, 2 from Connector. What are you going to do?
Refresh looks to asphyxiate this Vitality side. It's a headshot so quick. Oh, that is misutaaa's neck just snapped in half. And now the time it's ticking for Vitality. They are leaving the site, realizing this is a done deal. Refresh. My God, he is looking so sharp right now.
Look, he doesn't have the most kills for his team, but the impact. Yeah, it's wild to see. Stown as well, we think about the round he flanked B. Flanks are the name of the game, right? And one of the things with a team who's not so proficient on a map like this is those holes and the rotations. And we've seen them exploited time and time again. They're not accounting for somebody slinking through that window and punishing from behind in a lot of these occasions. It seems to be the recipe for success.
And if that's a problem in this half, Heroic have a very dynamic CT side on Mirage. If you're a team that aren't used to playing this could be a real difficult second half as well. So for Vitality, you want to get as many rounds in the CT side as possible.
Just slid into that one, didn't he?
Magis looked like he had done enough right there. So that smoke, just couldn't see Refresh slipping in behind, but back to pistols for Vitality.
And Refresh seems to be aware of that. See the Mac 10 buy come in. That tells that Heroic have a good understanding of where the economy is at. And the next round to play it will be the 3,400 loss bonus. So Mac 10 out to try and make this one quick and farm up some cash. He takes it towards B. The rest are charging straight through middle here. It's a double vent boost though, Dinko. There's 2 players up. Zywoo and dupreeh are here.
kadian, oh, he's not going to check it.
All.
Doesn't even think about it. Forgets it's even there, and zywoo will punish them for their negligence. It's 2 kills, and he's got a 3rd! Okay, zywoo. This could be an unbelievable round. He's looking for the AK, throws it back up to his teammate. Yeah, zywoo doesn't need much more than this. He's got the AK picked up, and now it's Apex's deagle, and it's just Refresh, just like that. It is completely snapped. Refresh, he may be good, but this with a Mac 10, this was meant to build money. Now it's to clutch the round at a 1v5. Zywoo, he finally will fall, but that's all. My God, what a round.
Oof, well, they're not going to get to that AWP. Oh, they did get to the AWP to salvage it right there, but Zywoo, right, he got punished in like 3 rounds in a row. He's like one of the first deaths. He's been getting slammed, and then he goes, I've had enough of that. I think I'm going to put up a bit of resistance right here. Slams Heroic and forces them to go into their second timeout. And yeah, you're right, kadian's negligence. He wasn't focused on that position at all. The double vent boost against him. The second was beautiful. The third, great. And you just love to see it. The deagle chiming on in. Well, it's not the end of the world. There is still enough money to go for a buy here on the Heroic side of things. Keep this competitive for the tail end of this first half.
But that rattles your cage, right? That's the round that just taunts you a little bit. kadian now having some words with his team. Stown in particular having the one-on-one conversation.
One of the things that can happen if you're an in-game leader, like what he just went for in that play, you can pace set a little bit too harsh, and your teammates, if they don't stick to you, right, if you haven't tied them, you don't have a tether going on, but you can see how late they were to even attempt to trade there off of the kadian initial death. So maybe one of the little dramas that was experienced, or maybe one of the things they needed to discuss. Trust me, boys, follow me into warp. But the AWP's still retained, and at least the big green on kadian could find some impact here. A heavy B presence early, clearing out the underpass, making sure there's no lower push hijinks. Tessus is babysitting over towards the top mid, and while Shush was doing the same over towards A, but already calling back to join the pack. And look at this stance from the CTs, right? We have known that the window push has been an issue. Look how passively Apex is watching this. You have Magisk, who has to deal with Connector and assist Zywoo on the site. And now, since it's been quite quiet, they will operate in a bit more of an aggressive stance. I love how fluid Vitality are. Apparently kadian's seen enough. He's just called the troops back towards top mid. Smokes are being lined up for this mid control. And there's no prying eye of an AWP to worry about, so they should be given the room they're looking for.
They'll certainly get mid, but getting through any choke point is going to be very difficult right now. Vitality have pretty much everything covered off. If you're Heroic, you have 40 seconds now, and you have to have some explosive ability. 2 smokes left, one of them being used up already. That's the last flash gone, and there's the explosiveness from Tessus. Apex down, dupreeh immediately replying to the smoke, but Magisk, the player that's in such a good position at the sandwich, he might just turn them into mincemeat. About to cross into his crosshair. How does he not get a single kill?
Oh, that one there could have gone another way, but Tessus prepared for that.
Wow.
Lots of shots coming out of Heroic here. They just exploded through Connector, all 5 players.
That's a reply.
Yeah, uprooting Vitality's defense right now and, well, throwing them back into this tailspin as far as the money goes. 2,400 in the next to buy to finish out the half here for Vitality should be there, especially if dupreeh can hold on to this. They're bearing down in his position with multiple members. This is seeing his head over the top of the window, and, well, he'll get the kill at least. There you have it.
All right, good recovery from Heroic. Just the Zywoo nightmare in the last, but last round of the half coming right up, and Vitality would love to squeeze out a 9th here.
I think you're bang on, especially with how the tail end of this half has trended, right? Of the last 6 rounds, 5 of them have gone in favor of the Danes, and they've started to warm into this game after what was a good start from the French. Here we go, misutaaa down to a deagle. Zywoo gets his AWP, everybody else into the rifles. Look how quick he is with the AWP. kadian's fast on this.
He's so fast. Oh, he's going to get the shot. Zywoo goes down before the smoke blooms. And that's going to be a huge opening for Heroic at the end of this half. And they found another one. Shush is the player taking a heads-up play into Apex. It's only good for one.
I know everyone's dead on A right now, and what that's done is forced the rotation over. dupree's the man who stayed the closest in towards the vent room, but the bomb is noisy. They are making their way quickly, and dupree's heard it.
Yes, but can he deal with it? Already the AWP has crossed over. Stown removes dupreeh. misutaaa now the last remaining player for Vitality in this half, and Heroic surely will close him soon. The Deagle, it snaps for 1, but it's 7. As close as you can get it in this first half. We'll see if Heroic can take their map pick after this break.
One short. One is short.
I rotate.
Nice,
Kevin.
One is short. One is Kevin.
Yeah, short.
Let's be ups. Okay. Is he up?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's up.
Yeah.
He's planting default now.
Let's go short together. Wait,
Let's go, I'm just running.
Landed.
Backside.
Backside.
Still backside.
Go out window when you're ready.
First.
One is
Nice. A so good round, Kevin, man. Holy shit, man. That's so sick.
That saved everything, Kevin.
So good, man.
Hey Future Pros, back on Mirage, this time with a flash. This flash should help you when taking the B side. To do this flash, get into this corner. Aim at the top part of this wall in the center. Run forward and throw the flash just before you collide with the edge of the wall. With practice, you should be able to do this one quickly and on the fly.
Coming into Katowice and also after the play break, we are really hyped up, and the energy in the team is really good. We had some really good practice after the play break, and we had 4, 5, maybe 6 weeks of practice where we have added so much new stuff, and we've been working hard, and everyone in the team is just ready to perform at this event and also see where our level is, because right now it's kind of unknown, even though we lost against the K23 guys, but now it's the first tournament for us in this year, and we're just really looking forward to play here at Katowice.
Team Vitality manage 8 rounds out of their CT half, as now they move to the second. We get to find out if that is enough as they go up against Heroic's lively, living organism CT side here on Mirage. It's not an easy one to play against, and for a team that has 2 players that have barely played this in their career, this might be a difficult half of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, this is going to be fun here to see what Vitality have to offer. The one day expects still favoring the Bs as we head over to B. misutaaa leading the charge right now, and this one is quick as you like.
Well, Shush forced off his angle. He's had to dip back, and luckily has got his teammate behind the bench. misutaaa now looking to take out Refresh. They'll do that, no problem. And Shush falls down as well. So great stuff from misutaaa, cracking open this site, and Vitality having a very easy pistol.
And Heroic running to hide to hold on to this Kevlar, making sure they are able to upgrade to the next. Now, Kadian, 94, he's not going to get the cheap one into the head armor, but Tassus, to be peppered, is hanging around as well. Maybe they want the $300 kill reward a little bit over the armor. That was great. That was quick as you like. Some util comes in. misutaaa does exactly what you need him to do as the first man. Get the goosh, get the entry. They get that bomb down. Kadian's position will be noted. He's actually completely boxed in. Apex is coming through connector, dupreeh and Magic through windows, zywoo one short, and misutaaa will be behind them top mid. So if they do survive or get a kill here, I'll be impressed. There's one. And done for Tessus. Kadian not too long for this world. And he will fall, as you can hear Apex having a great time.
You know, we probably have the two loudest in-game leaders playing against each other right now. Apex being a little louder than Kadian at the moment.
We should get like a decibel reader and have Apex, Nafany, and Kadian just see who can yell the loudest.
That would be great to have. I think Apex would probably win. I feel like Nafany's loud, but is he really Apex levels?
He's got a few Haroshes and Device in him.
Yeah,
That's
he does,
his go-to. Apex has probably the biggest range. You know, he'll make any noise. You don't even know what the noise is.
We also have to get smooth, right?
Yeah, but his is sometimes a little bit of a high-pitched squeal, you know?
Might break the decibel meter.
Yeah, we should get him a glass to see if he can shatter that. And right now, this mid-stack looking to stall out Apex and silence him because he's on his own with a Galil in his hands. And, okay, nobody's silenced right now. Apex is just mopping up the eco kills. 3 easy ones for him. And they're going to reach the double digits, Dinko.
Yeah, double digits already. That's why you need the pistol start in the second half. Vitality, keep it nice and clean. But coming up now is the buy for Heroic. Again, not enough money to get the AWP out, but they'll have the rifles.
This is already a million times better than last time we saw Vitality on this map. When they played G2 over at the blastpremier Spring Groups, it was G2's map choice, and they lost 16-4. They started on the CT side and only mustered 4 rounds total. Wow, you saw the first half. They doubled that. Now with the pistol conversion, now with the eco conversion, they're sitting here on the precipice of, well, pushing Heroic down into the dumps. See how much they've been able to work on in a couple of weeks' time. Run boost out. zywoo with the mid control.
Was quick to get the mid control. Slowing down now as they begin to encroach. It is Heroic. Again, they will always be proactive. Starting to fight in mid, and they pull those kills back. Shush gets a double Apex, and zywoo only good for 1 between them.
Just have to understand the details of that round to love it more and more. Like the molly towards the underpass to isolate the jewels, they only have to look forward towards top mid. There's a flash coming through as well to blind up the Vitality members who have already taken that space, and now they find themselves in a number disadvantage. Still have some nades to work with, but no smokes, and Tessa's with that space over towards the B apartments. Well, that means they know exactly where they are.
dupreeh just waiting until his teammates get into a better spot, then he will be called into action. He's going to be starved of information here, but Tessus, always the most annoying player to play against. He's always behind you. Starting his flank again. Here they come, right into Kadian. Luckily, misutaaa quick enough to bring him down. Do they read the Tessus flank? Do they read it? Not looking that way right now, misutaaa, but now they know. They found out the hard way. Magis looking back, good headshot into CT, and now it's all on dupreeh. He's traded out position with a CT player. Shush has moved forward, but dupreeh is creeping up behind him.
They've lost him.
They don't know where he is. This could really help out dupreeh. They haven't even put pressure on him by tapping the bomb, so dupreeh's got closer and closer, and finally!
Yeah.
Shush looks back, dupreeh's head will fall.
Oh, wow. There could have been some big issues there because there was no defuse kit for Heroic. If dupreeh had played the time, I think he thought he had the element of surprise, but a massive shot there to get them across the line. Shush seems to be the hero in a lot of these moments. There's the flash I was talking about. You see how blind Apex is, and then mauling down as well onto that zywoo. dupreeh was cut off that entire time by the incendiary towards the underpass, and Shush, more than a safe pair of hands here. What an impact round for him as they move into the first gun round.
Yeah, now they'll have that AWP out in Kadian. And they AWP for zywoo as well. zywoo is taking it for the spawn pick. He's looking for the pick on the cross. No one giving him that opportunity.
Yeah, nobody wants to risk a maneuver like this. Shush will get himself over towards Shadow. Kadian overseeing business from Ticket, and there goes the ramp smoke. Start to congregate behind this. Setting up what seems to be an A set piece. Down will have a lot of early info from this position when he sweeps back through. Man just pushed up towards Delpan, refreshing connector. The biggest fights are going to be between Shush and Kadian, who are the A defenders right now. Oh, this nade is going to soften up that of Misutaaa if chucked deep enough. Only lightly.
I think it went too deep.
Yeah.
Kadian. Good kill from Triple. Easy as you like with that one. As we go under 1 minute on this clock, it's a refrag and a reflash, and oh, Shush has got a double. This guy is on another level right now.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff right there. The utility was great. The flash was perfect. And now it's just Magis in a 1-on-5. He'll find nothing. Heroic will grab another round here, and that's it. You'd be getting fired up about that. Every little detail there is great, right? Just stalling them out, the U2 work. It doesn't get the highlight it needs, but if you're a Counter-Strike player at home and you have a flash for a teammate or have an awesome combo like that, it feels better than getting a crispy 1-dig. It's what CS is all about for most of us. Shush here, the easiest kills of his life. 2 players completely white-screened.
Shush is having unbelievable impact right now. You mentioned him earlier being one of the more supportive elements, but in these gun rounds, especially in the second half so far, he's found multi-kills and it matters.
Yeah, and look at the buy now. Vitality, don't have enough. Loss bonus yet to build, and we'll have to just sit here around on some pistols, having what we like to call a French tactical timeout. They just hang around, they look at each other, chill a little bit. There you go.
They even started a timeout. The word timeout. The audio guys just triggered.
Timeout. Yeah, nice.
We just woke him up out of a sleep chat.
Well, we could probably play that. I'm sure Existence back in the day when he used to do that would have been sitting there loving it, right? He get the timeout music for his. But just 3 to find now as Apex does hit a banger onto Shush.
Let's see if he can get any more out of this. Kadian holding the cross. Sweating here, Apex, sweating. Well, it's time to strike again, but zywoo now goes down, so their chances of getting that bomb anywhere near the site now dwindle to none. Apex, can he get anything more than the 1 kill he's already found? The answer, just no. Kadian removes him, and we're tied up.
One of the keys the desk was pointing out, they highlighted it with some beautiful graphics, was zywoo's performance already this year, and they were talking about, obviously, the race between like the Simples, the Nikos, the zywoo's for the best player in the world. Well, zywoo had a bit of impact, right? That Deagle round is the one that stays in our mind from that first half, but at the moment, just with 12 kills. If he steps up in the second half and gets activated, he is the difference maker necessary for Vitality, right? And unfortunately for zywoo, you fall under the brush of the other players that we were talking about. We expect you to perform.
On tier level.
Yeah, it's 20 every game, or that's an underperformance. So this is his chance now as the rifles are back on out. They're quick to swarm mid here, but Kadian's AWP is true.
Yeah, you gotta love that from Kadian. Tessa's now, trying to rattle away, but Mattis covers off his teammates, and that's the kill back. You always have to expect another move, and Stown is the player that catches zywoo on the retreat.
Not only that, all of mid was clear, so they're aware that they've already dropped on back. They've dipped out a dodge. The rotation is coming in at this juncture right here for Heroic. Kadian should get in position in time to post up the big green over towards the B apartments. And Shush is clearing out T-spawn. They have information again.
Vitality don't know this, but they are currently getting trapped in a very difficult spot. Kadian.
That's the bomb.
Has dropped the bomb. That's going to cost more time, if anything else, to go back and get that. And that's going to allow Heroic's flanks to become even more potent. The flank is already coming up through the apartments. In fact, Shush might just get there before Magisk even gets out of the apartments here. He's throwing the bomb on down. Shush is going to hear that, but this is going to be so hard. How do you get out of this? How do you get out of this? Shush with 1. Now it's all on Magisk. They're doubling up in the apartments. Kadian's even holding the van as well. Magisk gets cleaned out. Shush with another impact round from him in the guns.
Beautiful handle. Like, that's great. That's great. And it's what you were talking about with Heroic, right? Being like this constantly moving organism. They're just flowing throughout the map. They tend to have a good read. Kadian gets the opening pick and immediately runs all the way back towards the B site. So staying fluid with their positioning. And it was a bit of in-game leader on in-game leader action there. But yeah, not only did Stown get the kill, he got the information, and then Shush doubled down on exactly that and continues with his impact here. Vitality have now lost 4 consecutive rounds and find themselves back down to just pistols one more time. Deagles for all 5. Window smoked, so's top of mid. Very standard util as we're on board with Zywoo here, clawing on down through the underpass. We'll have refresh to deal with on the jiggle. Did he spot a leg there? Looks like it.
He's primed. And certainly does see him. Molly even to force the fight. Refresh. Oh, tries to, but good team play there for Vitality to get that first.
Okay, and the thing is, it's hard to get excited about that when it is just the Deagles. At least they've been able to get themselves a weapon to pick up at some point within this round, but they're being a bit tentative about it, and you can understand why. We know that Heroic love to get stuck in, and now they're reorganizing this, immediately calling to take back mid control with the 4 remaining players. 2 in connector, Tessus on short, and Kadian over towards window. They can secure this rifle and make sure it can't be picked up.
Oh! Well, you try, but Zywoo sometimes says no, but unfortunately for him, Stown doesn't really care, goes back in, disobeys his rules, and now Heroic putting themselves into the 3v3. Vitality have a chance to this A site, but Kadian's got back here. And if they drop out, they're going to drop right into his crosshair. Missed shot. The bomb, unfortunately, hasn't got across. The bomb's still up there and actually has dropped down, so Apex has actually slipped his way out to the lower site.
Not planning just yet. Well, dupree's position was noted. Tessus goes down, and this becomes a winnable 2-on-2.
Oh, Apex, though. He doesn't expect Kadian in the connector, and so when doing that, he will go down, and dupre's running away.
That's a bit confusing, because
it was an AWP
shooter,
out. Yeah,
he shot from exactly that position. So dupree will just hold on to this AK. With the loss bonus, they will be buying in the next round of play anyway, so it's not the end of the world. He's still got 1.9. He has head armor. He can buy all the nades that he needs, and he has the AK. So, look, you can understand the save here. But, yeah, a bit of a concerned look on the face of Exist there, as this game is tight. You know, it is tight, but Heroic start to pull ahead by 2 rounds now.
And Apex, you can see in his emotions that he feels like this is maybe a missed opportunity, but it's ahead of this gun round that you realize you've got to pick it up now.
And the thing is, they know who they're playing against, so at this point, you would assume for both these squads, they have a good idea of how a team like Heroic likes to approach the game. They do these kind of all-in, gambly type maneuvers, and it felt like Vitality weren't ready for that. But it was a light buy. Now the gun's back out. Time to assemble the troops up and over into Palace. A 2-man rifle push and more aggression out of the CTs.
Refresh just gets ripped apart. It's an Apex Predator in Palace. Luckily, Stown deals with him. He's his handler. Shush. Look at it. Oh my god, Stown just gets decapitated on the drop down, and luckily he has got teammates behind him to make up for it.
They just keep running into this. There's so many bodies to do
it's just
from
one
Heroic.
by one. It feels a little lost right now for Vitality.
Yeah, and they're running into situations. They're getting opening kills or they're getting trades and they think that they have the space, but that's exactly what Heroic are hoping for. Like, they've had 2 guys push Palace and then Shush still in the site and a player towards Connector. You think you get through multiple players on A, you're like, okay, well, at least we should have a breathing room, but Heroic are not giving them that. Timeout called. And chance for Apex to talk to the crew. Now, they don't have Zonic behind them at the moment. They have Matt, who is the assistant coach. They're running out of options here. Max loss bonus is in. The buy should be doable. They can opt for a half, but that would concede the 14th round to Heroic here. Now, we knew there would be woes on this map. They've kept it competitive, but you've come this far. You don't want to let it slip through your fingers now. Next map of play will be Inferno, and if we need it, Vertigo as the 3rd and final of our 2nd series today here on the A stream.
For Vitality, no AWP to be seen, just the rifles. We'll see what fruits come of their tactical timeout. A lot of words being used up by Apex. We'll see if they amount into much success. Head-on fight here in mid. Stown is going to deal with a lot of pressure, and Zywoo rips him apart. Good start to the round for Zywoo. Continues to try and follow up. It's Apex this time in connector. Oh, the smoke. He made a sound on the molly. That's going to alert Shush to his position. Apex is trying to get away with a kill. Kadian's going to fall. Even if he goes down, he's already done so much work.
Look at Tessus pushing again. If he keeps going, he's going to hear Zywoo. He is going to hear Zywoo running so loud right now, who scoops it up and does head back towards A. But Tessus knows, and he can call out the presence.
Tessus is such an active player, always getting behind them. Vitality, they think they're going to be able to execute.
Knife out!
Oh, Zywoo turns back! And just like that, Tessa's flank is now gone, and Heroic's chances now dwindle pretty significantly. Refresh will play from default. Look at the mid-play having to come in here from Shush, just trying to get some info back. He has to go to B. But Vitality still taking their time. We're trying to get out and towards this A site. And Refresh from under the wood needs a big hold here. got to deal with the Palace play. He's got to deal with the two players coming out Tetris. He's going to hear the nades being used up. That should call Shush back into play eventually. But it's all on refresh right now. It's one. Can he get more? The answer's just no. Zywoo trades him out. Now down to Shush.
Winnable clutch for Shush. I know it's a 1-on-2 situation, but Magis is pushing.
He is, and this could be the 1v1, and it's gonna go Shush's way. Now just Zywoo. When I say just, it is Zywoo still up in this clutch. And he'll play from triple. Shush begins to walk his way up through connector. Now on top of the stairs, just one flash to play with here and so many angles to check. Yeah, just like that, the sound cue mid. Zywoo plays it to perfection. 11 rounds of vitality.
Well, I was asking just rounds ago for Zywoo and his impact here within the T-half, and there it is. 4 massive kills for him, gets the opener and gets the closer in this one, and it got shaky. Shush continues to be quite the force to be reckoned with here. Apex frag there in towards window was the one that set this in motion, but the presence of mind, or maybe the luck of Zywoo there to turn in time, is what allowed them to get back into this round. But the buy is still hodgepodge for Vitality. It's going to be 3 Galils and 2 AKs. It's less than ideal. Whereas Heroic, they have everything they need, and they've done a 2-man underpass push. They know it's not B already. But the thing is, they already know it's not B. So KATOWICE and Refresh can start repositioning. They can use whatever utility they have to try and stall this out. There's a Palace smoke.
This is the best play for Heroic to make to get this info in this round, and here they come. Vitality charging out to the rotated players. It's Apex with 1 and not a single kill yet for Heroic.
The flank is so quick again. Look at Shush. We're at a minute 20. He's already in T-spawn.
It's just sandwiching Vitality. How do they get back into post plants here? Shush going through Palace instead of the ramp, but this is still a very good spot to be in. Look at the re-smoke out connector trying to limit some of the information, but they're just waiting on Shush. They're waiting for him to be that player that cracks it open. Dupree, luckily the only player for Vitality showing up. So that is going to be Shush to claim 1, but now they're alert to the flank, but that's the move. Heroic starting to come back into this one. They've got the advantage back. Apex and misutaaa with 2, and now Stown and Testis. They have to battle back in the lineup. It comes in for Apex and Magisk. They're able to claw through 13-12 and Vitality. Just one more round and they've tied it up.
Gotta take a deep breath right there. Like a great reaction out of Vitality to get that site control swiftly. Heroic had all the info again. They had all the space again. Shush is getting 2 kills coming out there on the rotation. His teammates spam Zywoo. It allowed and alerted him to the presence right there, but good work just holding Stoic over towards Tetris. It's not normally a position, A-ramp and Tetris, where you want the lion's share of your forces to be, but they get it done regardless, and Heroic have force ball in. All their pennies spent here. Well, they've repositioned to mid right now. They want to get KATOWICE out from this position. He's jumped on down. He's towards the underpass.
Just left at the wrong time.
Yeah, and well, they've traded places. They're walking out Tetris again.
Well, here they come again. Vitality run it back to back. If it's not broken, don't fix it. This time, KATOWICE looks to break it. Zywoo snaps his skull right in half. It is Shush with 1 back. Still plenty more space to be gathered here for Vitality, and still numbers here for Heroic. This could turn into a bloodbath real quick.
They're all fighting.
They're all going to swing. All going to meet each other head on and refresh and test this. They've done the heavy lifting. And now it's Zywoo. A 1v4 as he goes back into middle with 1 minute left. They spot him out, and Shush will bring him down. That's a big round to win.
Okay. He's loving it there, KATOWICE, and getting him fired on up. The 14th round secured here, and, well, because of how back and forth this has all been, Vitality are broke, and they have the option of going all in to contest here against round number 15 or taking a save and trying to take us to overtime. But it was so crazy because they all went to mid to help out KATOWICE, who maybe he was going for the jump, like the boost. Maybe he wanted to make it towards short, but flubbed his lines. They had to bail him out, but there was no pressure, and then they all just biff over towards Tetris. But it is the all in. This is do or die right now for Vitality.
They have done a lot with a little. But to do that again will take a monumental effort from them. Apex getting into connectors down. Won't punish him. And now comes the waterfall. Vitality may just be crying a river here. Shush has taken out the Palace potency. Magisk and Dupree, the 2 Danes left alone, and I think they're about to get slapped by some other Danes in this one.
What a game from Shush, 28 kills. What an absolute showing from him. Just been a beast here on this CT side, mauling it with, it feels like a multi-kill every single round.
Feels like it. And is always in the impact rounds as well. Shush going for 30, up to 29. It's on the table for him, but Stown's going to take it.
So steady. He doesn't look flustered. When does Shush ever look flustered? He's always in the right position, the right timing. And because of that all-in from Vitality, it's just the max loss bonus they have to spend. Sorry, not the max. It was 2,900 max in the next, but there won't be a next if they lose.
It's just looking systematic now for Heroic if they can keep this up, but we go to the last possible round here if Heroic take it. Vitality bring to it 3 Galils, an AK, and a Deagle. And they go out mid. KATOWICE ready for the first. So quick. Magus down, another swing out from Stown. Rattles away onto zywoo, who luckily stays alive, but Stown does not relent. He continues to push forward, and now misutaaa realizing they need some control back. But unfortunately, he loses control of his own skull. And now Shush, he's hit 30. He's still alive, and KATOWICE's ready. Vitality starting to fall flat here on Mirage. It's just zywoo and dupreeh. And now only zywoo, 14 points of health, stuck inside of Palace. And Heroic have all the numbers swarming that bomb. zywoo will try, but the resmoke is in, and he realizes now he's just got to go. He slips his way out, and he is taken down. 16-12, Heroic will take map 1. Mirage is theirs. For Vitality, they've got to bounce back going into map 2.
I mean, listen, you already know what happens at DreamHack and IEM Dallas, right? Okay, first, you have to snipe tickets for all your friends, getting you access to the DreamHack Gaming Festival and IEM, the way to the stadium, the other fans, enjoying the music acts, the festival party, crushing opponents in the LAN area, meeting the stars, entering the arena, the nerve-wracking 1v1s. Oh, you like overtimes? Those insane clutch rounds. Watching with your friends. And when the whole crowd goes silent. The champions. The defeated. Lifting that trophy. Writing esports history.
Connector. Wait.
One flashing mid.
Just wait, guys. It was on the ground, I think.
It's top
Or
mid.
top mid.
Oh, middle. Nice.
Delpan!
Good guys. Good round,
Thank
Kevin.
you.
Hey Future Pros, you know the map, it's Mirage, and we're back with another smoke. This smoke, if thrown correctly, will land in the window on B side. To do this smoke, line up with this curb on the ground. Position your crosshair up where these two planks intersect, then jump throw the smoke. Now window will be perfectly smoked off. It's one less angle for your teammates to worry about, and I'm sure they'll be happy about that.
It's Cloud9 versus Navi. Map 2 coming up now, the first semi-finals. This is going to be one hell of a game.
Cloud9, they've picked up the first map.
Let's get this show on the road.
Throughout the years, Cloud9 surely had many ups and downs. However, in 2017 at ESL1 Cologne, many did a double take when they witnessed them in action.
No utility at all for NIP. They want to go hard at this, but already automatic with 1 second as well. Automatic, unbelievable.
After taking care of NIP in the quarterfinals, it was now Navi's turn to face the speeding American train. And face it, they did, forcing Cloud9 to fight hard in order to secure the first map. Then, history later repeated itself on Overpass, but initially Natus Vincere were on the run thanks to one player, and that player was Shroud.
Skadoodle had actually come out on top there. What a flick coming in. Shroud getting one another headshot. He's tapping away. Shroud. Can he do it again? He's up to 11 kills and looking for number 12. Are you kidding me, Shroud? Can anyone take this man down? He's got 12 and 0. He's a one-man army.
Broken bones and a bloodstained flag. Open road and nomadic plans.
Okay, I'm going to try something here. So, boomers and zoomers alike, get ready. Shoo! No, okay, well, look, Shush, miraculous performance here, did everything he had to do, and that's why he gets that. And, of course, for Maniac and Kassad here, I'm sure they saw about the same thing I did, which was Vitality there and then not there.
Yeah, listen, there was always question about the quality of Mirage Vitality could put on the table, but despite it, also wanted to do it. I just wanted to find a reason to say that.
It feels kind of good. I don't
yeah,
shouldn't do that.
Why bother with analysis? Can we just make noises?
We can. Make a weird animal noise or something.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, man, okay. Well, missed opportunity nonetheless. Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2022. Advancing our own way through the group stages. And right now we're sitting on this heroic Vitality game, and it was pretty good. Kassad, can we say that?
Yeah, Shush played well, but I'm going to touch on heroic right now. Looking at the T side, they started off very heroic-y, kind of.
Heroic-y?
Yeah, on the 2021, very defaulty / reactionary kind of T half, you know. It didn't work for them. They got picked up all over the place, but they changed the pace on round number 9. They won the anti-eco with a force buy and then half buy actually, and then ran into the A side and then won that round after that, round number 12, where they actually managed to go into the pack mentality, kind of CS, and everything started to work from there. On CT side, you see how it went. They were super aggressive towards B side. And Cat, of course, tested was a couple of times super aggro there, and then that netted them a lot of rounds.
But Maniac, it's the freedom of movement, Shush in these B halls, man.
Yes, absolutely. Shush was all over the place, that's for sure. Just in general, Heroic was a step above Vitality. There is no question and no debate about it. What Kassad is talking about, the fact that they go down 7-1, but they still have the depth and they know how to fight back, find their way to victory, and then change the rhythm. That's what teams do when they're quite simply the better team. Vitality were 7-1. From that moment on, they only won 3 gun rounds in the entirety of the game. That's 3 gun rounds after 8 rounds. So there was no real question to me. I think Heroic were a step ahead, would it be individual or tactically speaking, and it's pretty much what we expected.
I think it's just the adjustment that was perfect from Heroic, changing up from default to pack mentality, 5-man CS or 4-1 CS, you know, it worked perfectly from them coming into the CT side. They lost the pistol, yes, but they didn't force, which many teams do. It's kind of surprising thing to do, especially because you don't have the AWP. Sometimes you don't even have the kit, but it worked for them. They were super aggressive on middle, super aggressive on B, super aggressive on A sometimes. It worked out every single time. They were just running into stacks. And that kind of screws with your mind as well. Are you thinking like, are we too obvious? Do we need to change something? You know, what is the problem?
Yeah, you're talking about it. We just had Apex in this head-to-head MI, of course. I think he struggled massively on this map. Not individually speaking. He had a couple of few rounds and he was out there, but you could see that as a leader, he didn't exactly know what to do with the advantage they were able to get. There were a couple of situations on the second half where Vitality gets an opening kill and they are being very hesitant. They don't know exactly how to push the advantage. What is the rhythm we have to use? Do we do fast? Do we do slow? Do we fake? And that gave a lot of time to Heroic to aggress, push the map. You had Shush coming in from the back. You had Tezes coming in from the back. That's because Vitality were always second-guessing what was the way. But that's the thing.
Because they keep running into stacks and they don't know what to do. And it was played perfectly by Heroic. It deserved to win this first map.
Yeah, it definitely was that Heroic having to bounce back. I mean, it was pretty even kilter up until we got to the second half, which is, you know, going to be the storyline when you start to look back at this matchup. It's not quite done yet, though, and for us, I think we can still continue to look at what you said earlier. You were talking about round 9 specifically.
Yeah, this is where they changed the pace. You know, it was a half buy. You know, it was a pistol armor, a few grenades, and they went into the A side. They got the 2 opening kills right there. We'll see like how is that executed. There was nobody, luckily for them, obviously there was nobody on the A side per se because they were defending middle, but they got in the side very easy. They're gonna get the 2 kills and they're just gonna run into the site and win this round. That is one of the rounds that I was talking about. They kind of changed the pace. They didn't play default. They went to a 5-man CS.
And one of the underlying concept in this round as well is Stone completely open up zywoo at the very beginning. That is not supposed to happen if you have your AWP parked on the CT spawn with the AWP, and then you just have a rifle getting the best of him. That's just the first domino that trickles a whole lot of reaction. We have to be fair. We have to be objective as well. zywoo didn't have a superstar performance. I think it's supposed to be his role as well. When your team, as a whole package, doesn't exactly have what it needs to win, then an individual at times might step up, make the difference. He had a couple of deagles round, but that is it. He's been rather quiet on that map.
But Maniac, and I believe this is also a topic we've talked about, which is expectations when it comes to your players like your zywoo, your simples, you know, and the guys that, for whatever it's worth, well, they didn't put up 30, so tough day in the office.
Now you have the pre, now you have Magis who can also deliver 25, 30. But, you know, we don't need to talk about it that much. I just want to commend Haidian and Exist and the whole Heroic team. Whoever made those calls, whoever made the adjustments, just did a perfect job at the perfect moment and switched the momentum of the map completely.
Momentum changes now as we change maps. We look at Inferno between that of Vitality and Heroic, but we have to go to a break so we can come back and get this bad boy underway. Refresh and company have picked up the first map of the series, but Apex wants to bounce back.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Choose nades, choose a smoke, choose a flashbang. Choose team badges to support your favourite CSGO team. Choose an ESEA Premium membership. Choose routes you know bring in wins. Choose pro video tips. Choose the fan club wars. Choose behind the scenes content. Choose good grades. Choose guns you know you can shoot right. Choose bingo. Choose the equipment you know is going to get your team the win thanks to heat maps. Choose the CSGO Hub Premium, the complete package to help you and your squad achieve all your CSGO goals.
Hey Future Pros. Ooh, we got a fun one for you today. I see Flusha trying to do this one every time with some success, but let's see if I can show you how to do it. This is a T-spawn smoke that will land in the mid window. To do this one, stand beside this bin. Aim just to the right of the edge of this wall in line with the window. Run to the left and jump throw the smoke just as you get onto the steps. Easy, right? Well, maybe not. It's going to take a good few attempts for you to get this one nailed down. But when mastered, you'll be gifted with a very quick mid-window smoke.
All in love with me.
Vitality run out of ideas on the T side of Mirage, but heading to Inferno, their bike should be plenty full of strategies for this one. As we head into Inferno Heroic, they're looking to try and do this 2-0 and head to the Spodek. For Vitality, it's all about recovering this series.
Yeah, context is key right here. On Mirage, Magic and dupreeh, fish out of water, not a map they played since the middle of 2019. But Inferno, Astralis' home map, where they did some of their absolute best work. And not only that, plugged into this team, they take the slots of Kyojin and Shox, almost 1-for-1 on that CT side. But they need to kick off this affair for map number 2. On the T side, on the attack, and ready to sink their teeth on in. We got the buys on through. I'm sure Heroic could be loving locking that first slot into the Spodek, the first team to take place in that lovely arena in 2 years. Let's see, just 16 rounds separates them, or another map could be coming their way. 1xbet odds favouring the Danes, and a quick flash over second mid as they want to biff.
And refresh. Trying to challenge them down in second middle, but it's probably going to be Stown that comes out here. Burst for a while. He's going to find himself a headshot, looking for a follow-up, and Stown gets 2. It's just Apex and dupreeh. Just like that, Vitality slapped to the ground, and Heroic have gained all the ground here. There's no map control at all. It's Stown. What a ridiculous headshot. And it's all on dupreeh.
Yeah, the worst place to be as well. Sprung his trap, spotted now.
They're hunting him down. You may retreat into the safe house, but it's not safe for much longer. Closes the door, they smash it open. And dupreeh dancing with death.
This is never where you want to find yourself on a T-side pistol round, getting run down in your own house. The Glock and the knives come out, but there it is. Refresh finishes him off, and that's going to be the first round here for Heroic. And they keep picking up what they left us with on that of Mirage. Aggression, taking fights, taking space, setting the tempo and setting the tone. Let's see if Vitality can put a stop to that. But that whole push out the window room for Refresh was a ruse. Like, I'm sure if he got some impact, that would have been fantastic, but it opened the avenue for that Halls push of Stown, and multiple kills soon followed. Cheeky with the knife and a smile on Madge's face. But here we go, the force bite back to Eagles. For everybody on the Vitality side of things. Bit of info for Tassus, an annoying nade limped on through. Not going to find its mark.
Apex taken down swiftly. Kedian and Stown with the first 2 of play. Puts it on to Vitality's side. Ooh, misutaaa and dupreeh to find a way out of this one, and they probably won't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is fair. I think if you go for a force buy and you lose 2 players that early in the round, the rest are going to quickly follow. Confidence looks like it's an all-time high for Heroic here, as re-peaking seems to be name of the game. I guess if everybody re-peaks, then nobody's in the wrong.
Exactly, everybody's on the same team. It looks like a strategy when everybody's on board, whereas if it's an individual, it's a mistake.
I like this here. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yes, Chad, whatever that means.
Well, a gander is a collective for geese.
Okay.
So a goose is singular, and a gander is a group.
I get it.
You like that?
That makes a lot of sense.
There you go. We're all learning out here.
Well, you know, we call, I don't know if you call it this, but a walk is a dander. You ever heard of that?
Walk is a dander.
I don't know if that's just the thing where I'm from. But
is it
yeah.
D-A-N-D-E-R?
Yeah, so you go out for a dander. It's out for a walk.
Okay, no, I haven't heard that one.
Oh, there's one.
I love a good old adage. Well, here we go. Vitality staring down the barrel of a 3-0 start. And yeah, some issues because so far within the 2 rounds of play, it's been as competitive as 1 kill. That's not ideal. Look at all the major trophies in the server right now. When you hit tab, guys, we're in the Go TV, and you just see all the major trophies. Let me tell you, as somebody who got to play at a couple, I never made it that far. That was the dream, to make it to the top 8, to get yourself a little in-game trophy like that. You've got the B-Stream update here for everybody as well, and Mouse continue to impress. 13-9 up over OG here.
Crazy stuff. Academy players moving up in the world. I actually spoke to Devilwalk a few days ago in Stockholm. Obviously, he was one of the first players to win the first ever major in CSGO, and he was saying, you know, it's so cool being able to look back in the game now, and your name is always, like, your full name, not just Devilwalk, is written into the trophy inside of the game. So
really cool.
It's awesome how you just get, you know, immortalized in the game that you've loved for so long.
Yeah, it's the little things that count like that.
At least you got a sticker, Chad.
Yeah, well, the last major I played was the first that signature stickers came in.
So you made it there, that's enough.
And then I went, I'm retiring. No, that's not what happened.
Peak. It's the peak.
No, I copped a couple of losses at major qualifiers, and then I went, oh, now I'm retiring. So, look, it takes some time, but we all get there eventually. And this is a very slow round. I need to come up with a catchy name for this, but basically on the T side here, if you take your time, you stall it out, you can siphon through some of the CT utility, make them reinvest. Just a way to keep them honest as far as the economy game goes, the game within the game. And they're just going to get mowed down, right? Eventually, they will need to make a bit of a play. Maybe some of our newer Counter-Strike viewers. On the T side, if you do not die before the time transpires, you do not receive a loss bonus. It's a way to incentivize you making a play, but B's open. B is very, very open.
Zywoo has a gun now as well. He's going to favor the deagle. He gets across, looking to put that bomb down, no problem. Zywoo now has an M4 and he's got 2 players in banana. This could get messy real quick. Zywoo goes for the reload, Tessus knows he's in the corner. Zywoo goes down. And now it's Misutaa's MP9 and suddenly a 2v2. A doable round here for Vitality out of nowhere. He's gonna hold down. Smoke still up. Misutaa's position given away. The boost coming in. Misutaa now looks towards the boost and he has a shot, but luckily Heroic are able to recover from Counter-Strike tips to a round that just looked like it was about to come through.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild right there. That Zywoo double. And again, another close to fuse the dink on and to make sure we keep our eyes on because I don't believe there was a kit in play. Wow. Oh, that one almost got out of hand there, didn't it? Well, kept on their toes are Heroic. Gonna be getting overzealous in some of those scenarios in the future because Zywoo's here. First was nice, second was even bloody better. Look at that, down, bang.
And this just kind of was a little awkward, but still in a winnable position even when Zywoo goes down. You don't know if they're in ruins, that's a problem. He never got that control. But this is all about this buy. You've got the AWP out in the hands of Zywoo, and Zywoo is one of those AWPers that can have impact on the T side. KATOWICE looking to take down the banana fight, but Apex just domes him.
Yeah, the nade molly combo, but Stown wants to pick up where he left off. The AWP scavenged away here, so at least they have the big green to work with, or in this case, the boom is orange, but he can stay top banana with this in his hands. Tessus to rotate back towards A.
I believe Blood does have that skin as well, so it's absolutely the boomer gun. He's gonna drop back here, Stown. Magic around the corner, flash gets down off the angle.
I feel when you have this much banana control with this much time left in the round...
Playing a risky business right now, isn't he?
Isn't he? That you can just congregate in banana and execute. And you know that Heroic loves a gamble, so it's not as easy against them as it is against other teams. But if they were just to execute B with all this onslaught of utility, Stown would be overrun. He would have to do something otherworldly.
Well, Stown, let's see if he's got that ability. He's found one. Misutaaaa. The first victim.
They're all coming banana for the retake here.
Yeah, this is quick. This is a flank.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's out of this world. Nose go through the smoke, and he's gone back for more. It's just Zywoo and Stown. That is ridiculous. Out of this world from the young man.
There was no way. They had everything they needed. The execute should have been picture perfect. How do they rip that one out of their hands?
God.
It makes sense. Like, what are you meant to do? How are you meant to deal with this? Traces through. Oh, dearie me. Stown, you little magic man. Rips this one out of the hands of Vitality. And you can see what that's done to Apex. If he wasn't in the dumps after map number 1, he definitely is now, and it's so early. Woo! All right, well, 4-0, Heroic. Picking things up in style here.
Oh, that's a tilter for Vitality, but...
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's the lean entire pizza right now. Tilted off. The face of the earth. Team Vitality back in the AKs.
Just think about how early that opening kill came their way. Like, KATOWICE went down immediately, and Stown was the only player on B. Oh, wow. All right, well. I want more of that. Yes, please. Just Stown holding B again. This time Dupree and Misutaaaa working on that boiler and apps control within the early stages. 4 players currently reside over towards A. But this is standard map control. They have 3 working on banana, 2 working on the A. They have util to make it execute work again. They have a lot of space here. Traditionally, after you have banana control, the next piece of real estate you look for is top mid.
Head into top mid. Does a good bit of damage, and KATOWICE does even more. Refresh. Quick to go down to the rifle of Zywoo. flashes to allow Heroics reposition to consolidate control of this A site. And Vitality turn their attentions towards long. KATOWICE in the archway with this AWP. 35 seconds here, not a long time for Vitality to try and make this one happen.
KATOWICE rotated, they're playing 2-2 here. It's on Sjuush and TeSeS. Sjuush is strong in this anchor position.
They're going to smoke out Library and Arch, but it is down to TeSeS in the pit because Sjuush is now gone. It's all on TeSeS. He's found one, that's the bomb in a second from TeSeS. He's got a third! A one-man army inside of the pit, and suddenly it's all on one man. It is dupreeh. And 1 versus 2 clutch with 9 seconds.
There's no time.
No time to win it. He would have to play for elimination, and Stown, he comes in to sweep it up. Oh my God, TeSeS.
Yeah, I'm just a bit stunned at how individually they're able to lock down these sites on their own. That's the key here. Stown on B and now TeSeS on A. And I'm like, yeah, Sjuush is strong in this position. Well, Matt just pinned his head to the back of the pit wall. And TeSeS here using their own smoke against them. The silence down 4, maybe the confusion in communication. We know that this is still new for both the Danes and the Frenchmen to be speaking the tongue of English. But it's 5-0, and how many more rounds can we have where some multi-kill magic comes on through?
Oh, well, that is a disgusting start to the round from KATOWICE.
Slathering on the pain right now. This is starting to sting for the Vitality side of things.
Well, we were saying, you know, Inferno's more of a comfort ground for Vitality. This feels like sitting on needles.
Yeah, anything but comfortable. Okay, all right. Let's try and unpack this. So 6-0, likely to be the scoreline, especially now that 5 still remain alive. Max loss bonus, yes. Don't do this again, guys. Come on. I'm trying to say the rounds. Come on now. What's going on? 2 through the smoke. Oh my lord.
Heroic are mental.
They are. I think that part of their crazy side. This is not what Exist is used to. Let me give you the hot tip. First of all, emotionally, and with some of these crazy plays.
1 year of Heroic and he's going to be full bald. He's just losing all that out real quick.
Just running through smokes. All right, guys. Well, it's unpredictable. That's one way to put what's going on here from Heroic. Hard to keep tabs on it. But with the max loss bonus, with the way that these rounds have fallen on through, there is a buy coming on out from Vitality. zywoo has his AWP, AKs for the rest, and this is where they need to make a mark. A round now feels almost essential. And it can't be a round they lose that's in tilting fashion. If they lose another round to circumstance, they might be off the edge of the earth.
Well, they haven't lost an opening just yet, and that has not really been the story for Vitality over recent rounds.
Well, they spotted KATOWICE at B. I think they're expecting a B stack with KATOWICE in there supplementary, but it's not. It's 4 on A. They're just going to walk into this.
Heroic, ready, chomping at the bit to try and take down some of these Vitality players as they cross it. zywoo's so quick. The combat ulper taking himself 1. dupreeh back into play as well. And suddenly, Vitality have the advantage. The fact that zywoo can clear an angle like that with an AWP is just unfair.
It's given them an opportunity now, and if they do go back towards the B bomb site, Magic still retains top banana control. KATOWICE, if he continues to stay where he is, could be smoked off with ease, and B could be overrun. Apex is staying top mid right now with the bomb. He needs to be very careful. He has 2 points of health here. There is 44 seconds remaining on the clock, and they are regrouping over towards the other side of the map. Now, keep in mind where Magic is and where KATOWICE has pushed forward too. He does have a bit of a blind spot here over towards B, but Stown's starting to help him on out and rotate over.
Well, KATOWICE at the ready. Flash will force him back with 20 seconds left. Throws the HE on in, and Vitality are being slowed. And this boost might just come at the perfect time. If Stown can get over the top, they have to plant the bomb, and that's it, loose. Stown with 1. Bomb down in the open. Someone needs to get on it. Heroic sending players into the site.
There's no time. There's just no
time to get it done, and that's it. Vitality, what a nightmare. This is a disaster for Vitality. This start is just awful.
Oh, I said they couldn't have another tilting round. They just had to avoid a situation like that. How? How is this happening again to them? Just so late within the round. Again, they find themselves just losing the bomb. A nightmare situation in the last 13 seconds as they enter in that site. And take a couple of timeouts. Maybe take a few back-to-back here, Vitality. The scoreline reads 7-0. How can they keep getting away with this?
Heroic are just loving life right now. At least can't tell that from his face, but certainly the rest of the players having a great time.
He'll be happy when they've got the 2-0 and they're in the Spodek here. But it's hard to keep track of this because these compound, right? I didn't really pay attention in accounting, but maybe this is like compound interest here, but of the tilt, because this continues to build.
This is the kind of negative type of compound interest you don't want.
Yeah, look, I'm sure that somebody out there could spin one. Yeah, but this is why we need Yanko in the building. But this is just rough. Like, just the way they've lost some of these rounds, it's hard to fathom. And look, in these late round situations where it's crunch time, that is where communication is stressed the highest. And everybody knows I'm a strong believer in one tongue getting it done.
Authoritarian in-game leadership. Let's see if Shush and Refresh look at this setup. This is real nice. dupreeh, if he goes around the corner, gotta deal with a nasty duo of players. And dupreeh quick on the headshot, but Shush so quick to the reply.
Yeah, one and done. And Nate as a follow-through here is going to soften up a chunk. misutaaa with 85, but Zywoo and Apex also copped a licking.
Not too far off here, Zywoo. Gideon dropping back. He's got a wide angle. Zywoo's getting boosted up. They're really trying to clear out this top banana position. 1 minute left on this clock. Vitality sending numbers back to B. Gideon's in a position to peel away with one. His teammate in behind him. The flash is good and now needs to dive. And it's down. Collateral damage, but it doesn't matter when you take down two. He's made up for it. He's made up more than enough. And now the AWP out. Not the best weapon for smoke spams. Could maybe caught Apex in the cross there as well because he's low. And giving away his head. misutaaa will snap it off. And now suddenly a chance for the first time for Vitality here in a while. 2 versus 2.
They can smoke banana, they have flashes as well, and they can drop this Molotov to any box they choose to eliminate one angle. This retake could be good for Heroic here.
They'll be able to focus in on the site. The molly goes to the back of the site. And Vitality, they play from Coffin and First Oranges. There's 2 Frenchmen in this clutch. They can speak in the mother tongue and they make sure it happens. They needed that round and a sigh of relief on Apex. They finally got a round.
Yeah, and look at the Heroic situation here. Just because of the nature of how close some of these rounds have been, they're already in the scenario where the cash isn't necessarily all there. Now, this is great from Stown. I know a lot of you at home are thinking, why has he killed his teammate? If you're ever in that scenario, you got to keep shooting. You don't want to have a collateral going the other way. So Stown did the best he could, but then hanging around a little bit too long in the open, misutaaa punishes, and then misutaaa and Apex convert for the first one here. This is a chance for them to really have a landslide of rounds coming their way. Win this one, and Heroic are broken.
Clearing out top banana. It's Apex leading the charge on this one, and Gideon. Another shot, another opportunity, but unable to pick it up.
Yeah, and this is quick top banana with a fast rotation back towards mid. They want to pounce on Refresh and Shush, who need to stand tall. It's going to be a 5-7 for Shush and Refresh on the MP9. It's not the best weapons for the job, and Cadian's not here to deal with this arch side push just yet.
That flash did not work. Thrown in by Gideon. So that's actually blinded him and forced him back into the library spot. Luckily, Zywoo and Shush have gone blow for blow in terms of 1-for-1 trades. So we now look to the site here. Shush repositions in towards the close box. Vitality still have an option to split the site from 2 sides with misutaaa still in this position. But look at Heroic. They got the numbers over here now, and they haven't put the bomb down yet, Vitality. Magic starts to cleave away. It's down first. Tests this out, but the 5-7, it's back in business. And Shush has found a double. He's going back for more, and he might just get it, but dupreeh finally removes him from his position. And now Gideon into the clutch. dupreeh puts the bomb down. Gideon goes aggressive, and misutaaa on the headshot claims 2.
Okay, good stuff from misutaaa. He's had some pivotal kills in the last 2 rounds here. And now, as I mentioned, this landslide can begin. Shush did the best he could there to deal with that. He had so many players around him here, and he has been a standout, especially over there on Mirage. Great stuff from Shush. A really good round, but it wasn't enough. Now, this levy is open. How many rounds can Vitality put down consecutively here? 3 should be an almost guarantee. Heroic have to take this save. They need to keep it conservative. They're all looking with their USPs and default starter pistols. The only investment appears to be a flash in the hands of Refresh. You got to keep this one clean if you're Vitality. You need to start giving yourself some positivity, some positive things to look at, right? You need some positivity in your life. And okay, we get a clean one. We get in. We don't lose any players. We mop them up. We start working on a decent round tally here for the T-Hall. Remember, it is their map choice. Winner of this series will qualify for the playoffs. Later match within the tournament will determine whether that's for quarterfinal or semi-finals. But here they are, they're all towards spawn and lining on up. dupreeh, 1, 2, 3.
That's the way to do it.
Everyone's favorite kills, especially when you don't see the opponent. They're the best.
And some style points to it. Look at this. Oh, yeah, luckily, Apex does spot the player on the top of the wall. It doesn't look like their wish really came true. And 3 rounds for Vitality.
But that's it. That's perfect right there. That's exactly what you wanted if you're Vitality.